right, folks, welcome to Nino's Corner.tv. I'm joined with 𝗬𝗏 once again. And Juan, I gotta say, man, I thought this was gonna happen October, November, December, and I'm sure you thought the same thing. But here we are, June, July. Many times actually you've said summer of discontent, but this is pretty bad. Juan, thanks for joining me.
Well, they don't want to do it in the winter. It's too cold.
Yeah.
They want to have fun when it's warm out. So we haven't even got to the so that's coming.
No, so this is, you said you've gamed this out, or the operation has gamed this out. We'll be a little vague on YouTube. We'll go back to Nino's Corner.tv and finish it up there. But you said that, what is it, 13 to 15 cities, Juanito?
No, it's 14 cities. You'll
14.
start out with a lot more, but it'll boil down to 14 cities.
So you're telling me that it'll
And,
be.
and you have to picture. Well, the problem is this: you have cities that have decided that they're going to um, whole thing and uh, uh, go against uh, the federal government, go against Trump specifically on the immigration issues. So, you got 14 of those cities. It's not really hard to come up with the number. There's 14 primary cities that the governors and the mayors have decided to go to war with Trump and conservatives. And so there's going to be a standoff for a period of time to figure out who's actually in control here. And, uh, even with what just happened is going on there in LA, in the Paramount area.
And it's escalating.
The governor,
It's escalating really fast, by the way.
well, because it there's a trigger here. There's something that these people need to be done. They've been, looking for that spark, and apparently enough people got picked up in that Paramount area that what they were doing was picking up people that were hanging out at the Home Depot,
Right.
trying to shag jobs to assist at construction sites. And I showed up and went to pick a bunch of them up. And then people in the area took up the cause and got a bit miffed and
Yeah, but
decided to,
Juanito,
yeah,
the signs are already pre-made. Like they have banners, signs. That takes a
yeah.
lot of money to print that stuff.
Oh, yeah. And time.
Time. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So it was anticipated, and they certainly could have been waiting uh, with something generic for the next strike. It only takes a few minutes to get to wherever in their networking they knew that ICE was going to show up or had shown up. And they just all showed up to protest and do what they wanted to do, block off streets, light a car on fire. Uh, Somebody was prepared enough that they had a army helmet on and threw a brick through the windshield of one of the ICE patrol vehicles. And it's pretty hard to get a brick to go all the way through the windshield. Got it through and it hit an officer's hand and kind of cut it up. Um, you know, that kind of thing gets developed enough and you actually hit somebody in the head or do something like that or, roll a car over and now people are going to get hurt. So Kristi Noem and everybody involved, they're highly motivated to make a big example of anybody that's dumb enough to get in the way of what's coming.
Do you see
And
this picture I have up right now?
yeah, okay.
Yes. So these are breaking nationwide protests. These are potential cities to fall. Paramount, where this was all at the home outside the Home Depot at Paramount, population of about 53,000, 80% Hispanic. Um, and basically, the ICE raids happened there and they started, the antagonizing the cops, stopping traffic, then started burning flags. Then it started getting a little more violent. I just had JJ Carroll on to talk about this. he's saying that we need to have the army in there right now, which Trump did call the National Guard, but Juanito, you called this 4 years ago, and and I was even on board with you, and I said, they're going to be activated for such a time as now. I thought it was going to be October, November, December, but you're right, summer, right? That makes the most sense.
Yeah, and the one thing I think we have to be careful of, um, there's a prophetic. I nailed it. I got it right. I'm so smart. These are pretty predictable at some level, and timing may be a little bit hard to call on some of it. But um, Trump said we're coming, and we're gonna, you know, start pushing people out of the country that aren't here lawfully. There's gonna be pushback. So Jen
Oh,
says,
but they feel justified and righteous. I mean, these people are like, you're coming after me and my families, which I can understand. You're going after people's families, but they feel like which I don't understand where the disconnection is, but they feel like they deserve to be here and they're not leaving.
mm-hmm, I get it. And we're here to establish that that's not the way it works. And this isn't Reagan. We're not going to make a deal and then have it flipped again. In Reagan's time, uh, the decision was to go ahead and leave the people here that were here and supposedly close the border from that point forward. Well, never got closed. And the deal was reneged on, led predominantly by Democrats, but rhinos were involved too. So this time around, uh, we're not willing to have the same deal, and we can't really afford to on a lot of levels. And so we're going to push the people back out of the country. A lot of these people are going to come back in, but they're going to come through the door legitimately, and it's in their best interest also, because when they come back in, they will be on a path to citizenship, doing way, and they don't have to look over their shoulders. They can participate in all the things that citizens participate. Take a few years for pull it off, yeah. But just as I mentioned, the paint guy that I had on my vehicles, he's taking his whole family back out of the country, like 21 people. I didn't even know he was illegal. He's been here for so long, but taking the whole family out and bringing the whole family back in, uh, that that's quite a feat. But why is he doing it that way? As he said, he doesn't want his children and grandchildren to have these problems. So they're all going back to Mexico, and they're all going to try to legitimately come back in legally so that the kids don't have problems. And some of the older kids are in college, but then they're going to be looking over their shoulder. They just decided to do the right thing to protect their future. Well, and have to look over their shoulder. They can't participate in life as a citizen the rest of the way. America's changing its stance, and they recognize it and want to, be on the right side of history.
How long? I know that you said that this has been gamed out before, and I want to go into detail on Nino's Corner.tv. I really want to go into detail about the operation and the conspiracy behind it. But like, I want to go into detail on the operation. I'm gonna play a video right now, Juanito, of one of the politicians. It's Karen Bass.
Yeah.
And there's many other politicians out there that are saying the same thing. Basically, we're not going to comply. So here she is.
Mayor of LA. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Karen Bass, here she is disregarding her oath of office and not calling on Governor Newsom to send in the National Guard, but that's already happened. But look to what she's saying right here.
All Angelenos, regardless of when they got here, whether they have papers or not, we are a city of immigrants.
So that's her stance. She's not going to comply, Juanito.
We are going to fight for all Angelenos.
There it is. We are going to fight for
Okay,
all.
let me help your audience out here with something that has never been said that I'm aware of anywhere publicly thus far. Karen Bass is in deep shit.
Yeah,
Karen
no
Bass is
doubt.
going to have a hard time as this summer grinds on and into the fall. And the reason is because we have vote down county. And as I've said to your audience, we have the people here on U.S. soil within the right places making their presentations. I can tell you that over the last numerous high officials have been briefed specifically on what we've got. And one of the key races where we know exactly how the stuff was flipped is
Oh,
LA
no,
County
don't even
and
get
Karen
into
Bass.
don't even get into that right now. Let's
No, but I just want to send that shot across the bow that this is somebody that people there, Angelinos know. She's open about it.
okay, all right.
She would go to to hear the stuff presented. This isn't riffraff.
Yeah, I understand, but I'm trying to let me play this video here, Juanito.
All right.
ICE get the fuck out of LA so that order can be restored.
Can you believe this? This is Norma Torres. She's saying ICE get the 𝗬𝗏 out of LA so that order can be restored. I mean, this is so these politicians are they're picking their lane, right, Juanito?
The problem for the politicians is it may have been all fun and games, but it's going to get very serious very fast. And remember, mentioned here, the federal court system. This is not hopium. It's not internet rumor, whatever. Great researchers have gone in and vetted this out. Right now, it's I think at about 3/4 throughout the federal court system in the United States. That's like 100 times, it's even more than that, I think, the norm that's ever existed in the federal court system previous, with all these sealed but unserved as of yet indictments. And the vast majority of it relates to people that are here illegally. And each one of
the
those indictments
politicians like
can have up to
Newsom,
100 people on it.
Karen Bass, Newsom.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's because there's a little bit of a delay here. But are you heading back to a better area to where I can give you a better reception, Juanito?
Oh, I should have good reception the whole way. But if I don't have it, it'll be much better
But
seconds or something.
so no, what I was saying is like Karen Bass, Torres. There's gonna be a lot of other politicians that are gonna come out against this stuff. I'm sure they've been giving their orders on what to do. And this is going to escalate, no doubt. I think this is the kickoff, and it all kind of started with the Elon Trump. So could we say that the Elon Trump drama that played out on X kind of made the deep state take the bait, and so now they're making the move right now? Could we say that's kind of what kicked it off?
Oh, they may think there's a vulnerability there that they want to take advantage of. Yeah, I don't think that's in this political environment that we're in, all sides are looking for opportunities to, take advantage of weakness on the other side, because, this is the greatest moment in American political history. I don't think you can even go back really to pre-Civil War or the conflict, the war for independence, and really see anything that's much greater than where we're at right now, especially just because you have such a large, highly developed population. We're in some type of civil unrest that there's only going to be one winner at the end. There isn't going to be a compromise.
It's go time right now.
It's go time, and Trump can't back down. The people around Trump in the background cannot back down. from a military side, and remember, he was invited to run.
All right.
They've gamed this out, and there's no way that they can do half measures in their mind. That was done previously under several different administrations, and we never got to resolve these issues. The only way we're going to get control of the republic again is to go all the way. And so,
Juanito, let's talk about all this on ninoscorner.tv. Are you okay with that?
Sure.
All right, I'll send you a link right now. All right, folks, we're going to ninoscorner.tv. Let's dive deep into this. I want to see what the time frame is here on how long this is going to take, Juanito. Thank you. Oh,
okay.
folks, by the way, go to 𝗧𝗵𝗶𝗃.com, 𝗧𝗵𝗶𝗃.com, and get some Juan gear.
Yeah.
All right, Juan, try to get some better.
All right.
Let's finish this on .tv. All right, folks.
All right. All right.